All right, so now I have all of my samples. I've got my pipette. I have approximately 25 microliters of sample in each one of those 6 microcentrifuge tubes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust my pipetteman to the proper volume, and I'm going to start with my least concentrated sample, and I'm going to start at the far end of my gel. If I had a total of 10 samples to load, I would load them right next to one another, one by one by one by one. But for this, I don't have that. I have a total of 6 samples and I have 9 wells. So I'm going to take this least concentrated sample and I'm going to put it farthest over in my gel. One of the inherent problems with these gels is that you've got all these bubbles that you've got to navigate around, because this SDS, sodium dodecyl sulfate, is a detergent, and you're going to get a huge number of bubbles around basically the top of the solution. Okay, next up, I'm going to go to my second most concentrated sample. Third is my third most concentrated sample. Got my fourth sample. Gonna skip a couple lanes. Fifth sample. And then my sixth and most concentrated sample. I'm going to load that one right next to my ladder. Now, as you can see, it didn't take me long to do that, to load all of these samples. With that said, though, this is probably the 1200th gel that I've run in my life, so it's something that I've done many times before, so it's very easy for me to do. Okay, that's not a flex. Next up is I've got to get my power supply, because I have to run an electric current through this. So what I'm going to do is set up my power supply, and there's currently construction ongoing in our lab, so there's a power saw right here. Or that's a miter saw. I'm going to put the lid on my apparatus. And I'm going to turn this so that the gel is closest to me. Now what I need to do is, or what I'm looking for here, I'm going to turn my power supply on. I'm looking for a huge number of bubbles to just begin cycling up. I see my bubbles, so I'm in good shape there. My power supply is at about 140 volts. That's a safe range, or that's the higher end of a safe range, or a higher end of a safe voltage to run a gel at. If you go higher than that, well, you've got a strong chance that your gel is going to melt or be malformed or something, so we're not going to mess with that. It's going to take about 2 hours for this gel to run. Then I'm going to stain the gel for a little while. Then I'm going to begin the destaining. So right now it is 12:57 p.m. I'll let it run until about 3, then I'm going to take the gel out, stain it, and then destain it. All right, have a good one.